Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to the channel. So the newly released Moto G Play 2024 promises fast performance as well as great entertainment. We're going to go ahead and see if this device lives up to those claims. It's going to be a budget device around $150 that you could probably pick it up at a carrier for zero cost and just paying the plan. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through if you're new. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So the Moto G Play 2024 is going to pack a 90 hertz panel that can be adaptive at 60 hertz as well. It's also going to give you dual speakers coming from the top and bottom, so the listening experience is going to be very pleasurable when you're using this device. It also packs a 6.5 inch display, which gets immersive when you're looking at it, even though it's a 720 panel, 1280x800, and it's going to be packing some decent performance when it comes to this price point. Now, some of the things that it actually advertises is high-res audio quality while you're using the 3.5mm headphone jack only. And so you're also going to be getting a 50 megapixel camera with some advanced software features that make it have a nice couple of features like quad pixel technology, giving you 4 times better low light sensitivity. And so I definitely think this thing is going to be packing some cool features when it comes to the camera performance as well, because when I was taking some photos with the front 8 megapixel camera and the 50 megapixel camera, I was pretty impressed with the shots in different exposures, and it lets you basically improve lighting elements with more detail enhancement, and it's going to give it a nice artistic touch for each photo with 12 different color tones in real time. It's going to give you the ability to take advantage of some of those cool features, as well as blurring out images when you're using the portrait mode. You also do get some cool features like nighttime photography, which is the dark mode as well. And you also can actually take advantage of slow motion capture. Now, this device also has up to 10 times zoom. So when you're actually zooming in on your photos, it gives you a nice clear look. And so basically, when it comes to taking pictures in most scenarios, I found it to be a pretty decent smartphone experience, especially when using the cameras. Now, it offers a plastic material, and it has the volume rockers on the right and the power button below it that doubles as a fingerprint sensor. And so when it comes to recording on the 50 megapixel camera, I noticed that with the stabilization mode on, it still did look a little bit shaky. However, for this price point, there's not much to complain about here. And so the detail was nice on here. The color accuracy was pretty good as well. And so when I was using this device for pointing and shooting, there was a little bit of, camera delay. This device also does feature Android 13, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, as well as 4 gigabytes of RAM that you can expand to 6 gigabytes of RAM with the RAM boost feature. You're also going to get the accelerometer, proximity sensor, ambient light, the sensor hub, the fingerprint reader, as well as the e-compass, the SAR sensor, and the barometer. This device also does have Think Shield for mobile, which basically gives you a nice sense of security, especially in these times we're dealing with where people are stealing your identity through basically malicious emails and all types of phishing attempts. So this device will pack the Snapdragon 680 4G mobile platform, which is going to be running with the Qualcomm Kyro CPU, 4 times 2.4 gigahertz cores, and it's also going to give you 4 1.9 gigahertz silver cores with the Qualcomm Adreno 610 GPU. And so basically, when it comes to the battery life of this device, through a full day, I was able to get through it, plus having about 25 to 30% on the next day. And so I was able to basically get through the entire day with this thing. Just a correction that it does have a HD plus 1600 x 720 panel at 269 pixels per inch. And I really like the, touch responsiveness on here. It has a viewing resolution, like a viewing aspect ratio of 88.5 area to body to play around with. And so it has 500 nits peak brightness outdoors with Gorilla Glass 3. And I did notice that the glass was a little bit sensitive to scratches, so I recommend putting a screen protector on here. So from day to day, I did like the ability to use my 3.5 millimeter headphone jack to get high-res audio. It also does feature the Type-C port, USB 2.0, a water repellent body and design for protection against light rain, or if you're washing your hands and you accidentally touch the phone, the fingerprint sensor actually still works, which was actually surprising. But one of the downsides is that you will only get full HD 30 frames per second as well. When it comes to the video capture, you're also going to be able to get up to 6 times zoom, digital zoom, when using this on the rear camera. And so it gives you some pretty decent features for a startup budget entry level phone. So another thing that it does have when it comes to the shooting modes is nighttime photos. You know, you also do get panorama, raw photo, and basically this thing has some really good audio quality when it comes to the listening experience when you're browsing social media. So I definitely think that this thing will be packing some pretty decent microphones for when you're doing phone calls, because I was able to hear the other person on the other line perfectly clearly. I like the fact that it has the Dolby Atmos support with high-res audio, certification with wired only, and the stereo speakers sound really crisp as well. So I didn't have any issues with the sound quality on here. You also do have the ability for, you know, facial unlock as well. And when it came to the features, this thing is packed with a lot of gesture features such as D&D when you flip it, pick up to silence, 3-finger screenshot, lift to unlock, and swipe to split. Now, when it came to gaming, this wasn't going to be a power horse in any area of the imagination, and it did lack a few details that I would like to see, like, you know, basically NFC wasn't on here. You know, the charging speeds were pretty decent on this device. You were going to get hotspot and really good GPS, as well as decent cameras in certain lighting conditions. It did have a slow shutter speed, which is one of the downsides as well. I wish it did have, you know, quicker charging at only 10 watts. This thing won't be, you know, going from 0 to 100 anytime soon, but it is compatible with a lot of networks, especially some Verizon MVNOs, Xfinity, Ting, you know, Metro by T-Mobile, AT&T, T-Mobile, US Cellular, Google Fi, and a lot more like Mint Mobile, Total Wireless, and Simple Mobile. So you're going to be able to enjoy this phone on multiple carriers. But let me know what you guys think about the Moto G Play in the comment section down below. And if you're still here, just type down below, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. I'll check you guys later. I'll hit you back. Peace. Later, crew.